waiting for my Twitch preview to update so I can see what's going on. Perfect, it is there. Okay, so for this stream, I decided to take a closer look at variables, since a lot of times in Discord, a lot of people ask, can we do this? Can we do that? And oftentimes our answer is yes, use variables. So we are going to take a close look at variables. Well, a closer look than last time, but not as in-depth. I'm not going to cover literally every single thing, but maybe some basic concepts that would help bring your game to the next level. Certain things that would be so simple, and yet it will make your game pop a little more, just like I did with the quote-unquote HD effects that I did last time, like this, and then it ends up looking like that, which looks a lot cooler than a black outline. So, let's start out with something easy. One of the things that bothered me about 2DFM is when you lose, they defaultly give you one lose animation. So in my case, it's this. The character will freeze for a moment and then fall down. So there you go, done. I can't make it any more simpler than that. So there are certain grabs I have where they will end up on the ground, like Bwanga. When he grabs you, if I can find this grab, here it is. When he grabs you, he will lift you up by your feet. This isn't the right one. He will pick you up by your feet, lift you up in his hands, where that mark is, and then throw you on the ground. You will be in a laying down position, but if I don't use a variable to redirect the death animation, they will automatically stand up. So let's do that real quick. So we're going to put this to none, none, none. Save. So what's going to happen is Bwanga will pick up the character, throw them, and they will be in a laying down position in the throw animation. Oops. Press OK. All right.
What it takes. Ready and waiting.
Fight!
So, Bwanga will pick him up and then throw him. So, this throw, they end up laying down. So defeating him with a strike attack like that, or like this, where they would be standing up, I mean, I kind of don't care, like, I don't need this whole animation to play out. I don't need this whole animation to play out. Wait, why is that doing no damage? Weird. So, if they get hit and then they stand and fall down, it still looks fine. But the grab... that looks stupid. So, what we do is we take a variable on the loss animation and put it right here in the front. So the second they lose, this will happen. Now, as a contingency plan, I put replace 0 to make sure it stays at 0. That way, when a new round starts, character variables are supposed to reset to 0, but this is a just in case. So after that, I have 3. We have a down loss, an upside down, and one for a certain character. This is a standing loss that I made it just for glitches. So for the other ones, we're going to put it's the same. It's the same. It's the same. File, save as, or save. Test play. All right. And now that I've demonstrated everything, I'm just going to hopefully just kill Bwanga.
Do you even have what it takes? Ready and waiting.
Fight!
Try to stop me.
Okay. So now, when Bwanga gets grabbed, he will be in a laying down position when he dies.
KO!
That looks a lot better than him randomly standing up and then laying down. Because he was in a he's supposed to be in a laying down position when he loses anyway.
Do you even have what?
So, in order to do that, there's two parts. First was the lost one, like I said. The second one is in the grab. So if the grab is initiated, here's the end of the animation if it whiffs. If it initiated, we have this. This is the activation. Here's the variable right here. System variable. So if that system variable is a certain number, it will go to a certain down animation. So in Bwanga's case, his is system variable 1 because they are laying down. So why don't we make one? So we're going to go to Open Game, Desktop, yeah, 2D New Game, New Game. All right. And crash. Awesome. Yes, I get it. 2D Try that again. Desktop. There we go. All right. So we got Soshin Day here. All right. So we have a loss animation right here in our test character, which I didn't loop it. That's interesting. So let's just loop the last part. Wrong place. Okay. So now we want him to... Let's have him, if he is hit with a certain attack, he will turn this way, backwards. So what we're going to do is add a new skill. Let's call it... can't see my keyboard. Loss 2. So for simplicity's sake, we're just going to copy and paste. And we're going to flip. And we want this to occur when he is hit with the grab. So, if the grab connects, they will flip to this. It will turn backwards. Let's add a little time on that so we can see the difference. Normal. Okay, maybe that's a little short. Oh, let's do a player stop. Special effect, time stop. Let's go with 1 second. Copy and paste. All right. So, regular animation. I don't know why there's lightning. Loss 2, he turns around. So, in order for this to happen, we're going to set a variable here, condition for variable. And we will use system variable A because I don't think I've used it. So if it's the same as 0, we will have it go here. We will set a second variable here, right after it. It's the same exact one. If it's the same, oops, not 10, 1, it will redirect to 2. So what this is saying is, actually, the variable should be first. Let's delete that. So what this is saying is, when they lose, they're at 0 HP. It will go to the loss script. The first thing it'll do is run into this variable. Is system variable A 0? If the answer is yes, it will skip over position 2 and go to position 3. Position 2 is the second variable, so then it will go here to the time stop and then play out the original animation. If it's not the same, it will skip this variable and go to position 2, which it's 1 now, which we have redirected to 2. So now we need a way to activate that. So the way I do it for grabs, the grab will whiff. So we have a simple grab animation here. There's the grab and there's the whiff. If the grab is successful, and provided that, since I didn't make a tech, or a grab tech I should say, once the grab is initiated, you want the variable to activate. So the grab initiates, we will go here, condition fork, add variable. We're going to go with replace system variable A with 1. Then by the end of it, well, I should have made a grab animation to make things correct. Grab, attack, copy, paste. So this is why it's bad to recycle sometimes. For simplicity's sake, I remember I made this redirect to the weak stand, but now that's going to screw me over. So what's going to happen is, after the attack lands and the grab animation ends, to make sure that system variable doesn't stay like that, at the end of the animation, we will go to system variable 1 and replace back to 0, in case the round doesn't end. Because if you don't reset it to 0, let's say the grab hits, the system variable will go to 1. It doesn't kill. It will stay at 1, and if you kill them with a regular attack, they will do the special loss animation. Actually, to make it more exaggerated, let's turn them upside down. That way we know it's the other one. So, oh, don't have a demo. Demo 1. File. No. File. Save. Test game. Not searching day. Okay. There's the grab button. We don't have HP. So, his grab, why is that whiffing? I actually don't know why. Give me a second. Grab. Why does... That's interesting. So, detect skill, attack hits, go here. That is weird. Normally I have that for all my grabs. So, there we go. Oh, I made the grab attack do only 1 damage. We're gonna be here forever. Alright. The most OP grab in the world. So, when I do the grab, he should turn around and upside down. There you go. And he did. Now, if we do if you continue this trend, you will notice that when I kill him this time, he will not turn around and go, I'll even turn this off. There you go, he is standing. That is how you use the variable to change the loss animations. And I crashed. That's interesting. Kai Kisuke was too overpowered. So, that is one application of variables. Now, another application that I wanted to do that I know a lot of people question is freezing. So there was a question on Discord a while back where if a projectile is shot and they use time stop, the projectile will keep moving. And I pointed out that in order to stop it, you need to use a variable. So I think he does have a projectile. So we're going to go into commands and we're going to, where is it? Here we go. We're going to remove the super condition, make it 0, or, you know what, let's just remove it altogether. So now he can do the super whenever he wants, because that's the only projectile I have and I'm not making a new one. So what we want is this projectile, which moves slowly to the right, to freeze. So he has a 2-second freeze. So what we're going to do is, between each of these projectiles, we'll add a variable. Let's use system variable b for this, and say it's the same. We'll go with 1. So we'll go with copy, paste, and this will loop constantly. So we're done here. So now we'll go super object freeze. We're going to copy over the same animation. Now, if you want to be all gung-ho about this, you can do this in between each frame. This is only 3 pictures, so yes, I'm going to do that. But normally, if you're lazy, you can just take the first picture and freeze it, and no one will really ever know. They just want it to stop. So we're going to go delete those. And we're going to go script movement, go to skill, loop. So we're going to remove the movement here. We're going to remove that. Take all this off. Oops, nope. And we're going to make the attack box 0. First variable, if it's the same, it will go here. And then we just got to do it for the rest of them. Script movement, go to skill. Add a dead movement to stop it. Skill. Nope, wait, I'm sorry. That is the wrong thing. Delete. Movement, 0. Okay. Now I'll go into here, super freeze. Variable, it's the same. Oh, no, we got to change that. We got to add movement there. 0. 0. This one can go here. Freeze 0. Okay. This will constantly go here until the variable says system variable b equals 1. Oh, no, 0. And we need to destroy the attack frame. Destroying the attack frame is very important because if you don't, if the object freezes with the attack frame, the attack will still occur. So we don't want that. Do that. That. There. And there. So now the next thing we want to do is we're going to copy over all the movements before all of the variables here. Take all the reactions, copy it before the variables, and take all the attack boxes and copy that over before all the variables. So what I effectively have done is, and I am being called, excuse me. I apologize for that. I am back. So, as I was saying, what I have effectively done is, if we look at this from left to right, this part of the code will read this reaction. Well, the first one actually didn't need it. So let's delete this so we have less repetitivity. So it will read from here, left to right. And if there's a freeze, like in a super animation, this variable will activate. If it's 1, I have set it to go to the freeze. It will stop the movement. It will stop the attack. It will wait for the variable to go back to 0, and it will constantly loop this until it reaches 0. Once it reaches 0, it will go straight back to the very same picture and continue moving. Let's say it freezes on the second part of the image. This is a 3-image animation. Let's say it freezes here. So again, same thing. The variable will be system variable B. It's frozen. So we'll move it down to the stop movement on the second image. And the variable is constantly going to loop until it says, hey, it's time to move again. Same thing with this variable. And this variable. Just need to make it go to the right places. So, the final part, now that the object is frozen, when this super activates, we will go to script movement, condition fork, variable, system variable B, no, replace to 1. And then when the iframe ends, let's see, we got 200. So then right here, script variable, oh no, condition variable, system variable B, replace to 0. So at the first part, it will activate. And then after the super flash ends, after 2 seconds, it will deactivate. So I think we can see it right here in the animation, what will happen. So as you can see, the projectiles are freezing because every time he activates a super, the variable changes to 0. So if I disable this, let's say replace 0, let's just keep it at 0, and go animation. Every time he activates a super, we can see the super splash. It's not stopping. So by simply adding that variable, the projectile will stop. That's not what I wanted, but sure. Okay. See how it freezes? Well, that's funny. And now they're both dead. Anyway. So, that is how you would use variables to freeze a projectile. Now, let's see if I can find one more use of a variable. Those two are probably the most prominent and the easiest way to make your game stand out a little more, seem more natural, because obviously 2DFM doesn't support projectile freezing, so you have to do it yourself. It doesn't support multiple loss animation, so you have to do it yourself. Just a side note, a good thing about the loss animation variable thing is if you've played Street Fighter 4, there's something called a focus attack. If you defeat your opponent, actually a light jab would work too. If you defeat your opponent with a light jab or a focus attack, instead of getting hit and then jumping backwards and falling on their back, they fall on their knees and they crumple forward. That would be a good use of these the loss variable. But you have to make sure, not only in the loss animation, on the attack that's doing it, add that variable. So, let's save. Let's save this. Go to test play, not test play. We're going to open my base game and let's take a quick look. Let's see if there's a a variable system that I may used that I could pass on to you guys. Oh, the projectile variable, I use it, the freeze variable for projectiles when a super happens. So you can use that same exact variable in conjunction with your stages. So if you have a stage that has moving objects, I know it's here. I know it's here. Here it is. There we go. So, like this stage, it has rain. That rain is an image, and I put a variable in between. If the variable turns to 1, I have a freeze frame down here. Now, this is what I was talking about. Rain is just a bunch of lines. So, I just took one image. No one will tell the difference wherever this freeze happens that it goes to this same image. No one will ever tell. Same thing with the droplet animation. I just picked one of them, and then I started back from the beginning. No one will ever tell. If it's something like that, fine. But if it's a projectile that has, like, a lot of animation, like here. Maybe this is... No? Oh, because that's not the object. Yeah, something like this. That has 4 distinctly different images. Now, this one doesn't have a... this dust cloud animation doesn't have a variable because I use this for the tech animation, and it's parented to the character. If an object is parented to the character, then the object will freeze along with the character. But if it's an unconditional object, the object will keep on moving. So, all right, so after that, or not after that, Jesus. A lot of the properties I just did for the variables can be used for almost anything. So, right here, for my stages, some of my stages have different terrain. So, in this one, where's the floor? Where is the floor? Here's the floor. No, this is the versus stage. I'm sorry, I'm a liar. This one kind of has like a soft, snowy ground type of look to it. This one has hardwood. What I've done was there's this step sound effect. So at the beginning of each stage, there's a variable. As you can see right here, system variable B. It says replace the 3. So system variable B, if it is 3, it says go to step sound effect 8, which is here. And I have a sound effect that sounds like you're stepping on wood. One for like soft sound, and then one for when you're walking in snow. So if we go to those stages, and actually I'm going to disable the background music so you can actually hear it. Go to none. That might cause a glitch. We'll save. Man, my game is a lot bigger than I thought. At some point it will save, and at some point I can demonstrate the sound effect. Or I might have crashed. I don't think I've crashed. Okay, I might have crashed. Oh, wait. Nope, I think I crashed, so let's just, Come on, I'm not even using all my memory. Really? We're gonna do this? No. What do you mean access denied? I have actually never had this happen before. Oh, there it goes. That was weird. Alright. File, open. USB here. Okay. So, as I said, we're going to go to the stage. We're going to the variable, not task, this one. And we're going to disable the music to none. And while we're here, we'll go here to tavern and disable that to none. So we'll save. And hopefully my computer, 2DFM can take it, because I'm fairly sure with 16 gigs of RAM, my computer can take it. Or apparently not, I'm not too sure. Oh, it made it this time. Okay. So, we will go into Mount Thunderheim. Alright, so there's no sound.
Fight!
That is the sound effect of... That's interesting. Why is that... That should be a different sound effect when they jump. But the stepping sound effect, there you go. Every time he steps, it sounds like he's stepping on snow. So if we change the stage to Tavern... Let that load. It will now sound, when he walks, it will sound like he is stepping on wood. And I did not change anything from going from one stage to the other except for disabling the music. So, you know that I didn't do any magic voodoo business.
Fight!
And now it sounds like they're stepping on wood. So, let's do something similar and on our test game. File, open game. New game. Alright. So, every time my character steps, we want a different sound effect depending on where he is. Now, I only have 2 stages right now. So we will do stupid sound effects just for the sake of doing it. So it looks like right here is the sound effect. So we're going to use a call skill. And I think, let's see. Yep, right there is when he has the other sound effects, or he steps again. So again, we will do call skill. And we're only going to do this for forward. So we're going to add a new skill right after the basic walking animations called step sound effect. We're going to use a variable, just as if we've been doing. We will use system variable, no, not A, we used A, we use B, so system variable C. If it's the same, then we will add a sound, condition fork. Where is, oh, add sound. And we will add an end skill. Since we're going to do two different sound effects, we will do another sound and we will do another end skill. We have two variables for two sound effects. Both of them will be set to system variable C. This one will be 2. So we'll set that there. And we'll set this one to the first sound effect. We will set the first sound effect to whatever this is. Sure. So if we pick the first stage, which is, I guess it says tavern, so every time Soshin Day steps, that will play. And if we pick the other stage, it will be the other sound effect. Oop, nope, hold on. That's the wrong variable to change. Where is it? There it is. So we're going to go system variable C, I'm sorry. Replace that to 2. And on this one, system variable B, replace to 1. Disable the music on both of them. We will save. I don't have a demo. Test play. So it's not working. Where did I go wrong? Oh, I know what I did wrong. Because I didn't follow my own words and I said it would only work if he walks forward. And it's still not working. System variable C, it's the same, go to 3. Stages, tavern, system variable C. It's on B, that's why. Always check your variables. It still doesn't want to work. So we have system variable C replaced to 1 on Soshin Day, or not Soshin Day, my test character. It's not calling the skill. And that's the point of test playing. Alright, so now, after 3 failures, there you go. So every time he steps, in this stage specifically, that stupid sound effect will happen. Like every time he steps, lightning sounds. So now we will go to the other stage without changing anything. And now, the sound effect has changed. So this was by using a new skill where we would redirect to do 2 different sounds. On the walking animation, wherever his foot, quote-unquote, hits the ground, I added a call skill to call the step sound effect. And this is all activated through the stage. Depending on the stage, we have a system variable that communicates with the character. So if you followed along, and I can see my viewers went up, so there are certain people who were not here at the beginning. I will upload this to YouTube. You can rewatch it there, and you can follow along there. But those are 3 different applications of variables in 2DFM to make your game pop a little more. So different loss animations, freezing an object for a super, and different step sound effects for your character. So they have different step sounds when they are walking in different terrain. So that's all I want to do for 2DFM. I'm going to stop the stream here and take a quick break, like 5-10 minutes, and I'm going to set up for RPG Maker XP. So I hope that if you guys are watching, whoever is watching, that you stick around for that. I'll be back in a moment.